Well, I've filed a bill to name Cair as a terrorist organization. So people understand Cair masquerades as basically the NAACP for Muslim people, and they deserve a group to do that. But what Cair really is an organization funded by the Muslim Brotherhood, founded by the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas affiliates to serve as a PR front for Muslim terror in the United States. And they do the most heinous things, including announcing after October 7th that they were happy that 1,200 Jews have been killed. So my bill calls a spade and says they should be designated as a terrorist organization. They'd lose their charitable status. So we're actually paying for this as Americans. And it would make clear, I did this in Florida actually last year, where Florida declared Cair a terrorist organization. But now I want to bring that national.
Yeah, so important. The rise of anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism is so extraordinary. It has really boiled. It was obviously 10 years, 20 years in the making, but it's hit this flashpoint. And then we end up with a mayoral candidate in New York City who's likely to be the city's next mayor in our biggest city in America, who espouses all the things that we're trying to teach our children are what you're not supposed to believe in. Your thoughts on what the Mamdani candidacy is doing for the country and what it means for the Democratic Party?
Well, I think it's the result of 20 or 30 years of infiltration. This has been a strategy to fund Muslim terror in the United States and to facilitate immigration in the United States. You know, we focus a lot on illegal immigration, and we should. We need to deport every illegal. But the fact of the matter is we've also made a huge mistake on legal immigration. We should not be allowing people into this country who hate it. We should not be allowing them to become citizens. And this is a problem that we have created over the past several decades. And I say we, I think the Democrats, Barack Obama and others, this was part of their design to bring these kinds of people into the country. But now we are where we are. And Mamdani would be a disaster. I mean, he's not just a socialist who would destroy the economy of New York, but he's a rabid anti-Semite who does not like Jews, will not say globalize the Antifada, which is a call for violence. He will not disavow that. So he'd be a disaster for this country if he were to be elected.
Absolutely. And it oftentimes seems like it's a word game with them. They do a lot of funny things with words. Especially in the case of Mamdani, he refuses to really spell out what it means when you say from the river to the sea and globalize the Intifada. When we're playing such risky games with language, I mean, honestly, it's not really a surprise that we ended up here, is it?
Well, it's because a lot of the media lets them get away with it. They're laughing at us when they say that. They know exactly what they mean when they say from the river to the sea. It is the genocide of Jews in Israel. It is the destruction of Israel. They know exactly what globalize the Antifada means. And we have seen it in this country in the past couple months. We saw it in a terrorist attack on a Democrat governor in Pennsylvania who is Jewish. We saw it with Jews being burned alive in Colorado, and one just died. We saw it with two Israelis who were shot here in Washington, D.C. because of who they are. And for a guy like Mamdani not to say globalizing the Antifada is illegal, he doesn't say it because he supports the Antifada. And God forbid the Antifada were to come to New York City. He's got to lose, and we've got to do everything in our power to make that happen.
It's an extraordinary moment for New York City these next few weeks, and we'll see how it plays out. Sir, you are doing some very common sense things. A lot of people say, wait a second, these things haven't been done in the past, and the answer is no, not until you got involved. You've got two pieces of legislation that I really like. One is taking a look at the failures that have occurred with terrorist screening and terrorist watch lists. The second is creating some harmonization in our sanction strategy. Talk about those two pieces of legislation. They're very popular and they're very common sense.
Well, the one about the watch list, so we've got sort of 6 terror watch lists that are out there, 6 different ones. And why we have 6 is a great question, but we do. And this bill basically says if you get on one terror watch list, the other 5 people putting terror watch lists together should be notified. And then an investigation should be done about whether it should be added to theirs. And if they're not going to put them on the watch list, they should be reported back to Congress. And so, you know, that's what that bill does. And I can't think of any reason to oppose it unless you like terrorism, I guess. And so we're optimistic that it'll move through the process.